Hello, and welcome to the Bromance of 3 Gamers. We're gonna do the Legend of Tokugawa, Battle Anigawa. I'm Mike.
I'm Bob.
I'm John.
And here we go.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's get it started. I want to see what happens next.
You know what? In 4-2, they take this battle out completely.
They do?
Yeah, because they don't really deal with the Azai.
No, wait. Yeah, you're right. They don't, because Todo's first stage and Todo's first stage is Azai's death, and Yoshitsugu's is dealing with Mitsuhide. I was surprised. They didn't really focus on this, but like the last games, you know, they always had like, even in the Oda campaign, they always did Onigawa.
Yeah.
Then again, it is more of like a Tokugawa though. It's more of their fame because they did outbeat a bigger force.
Yeah. Well, Nobunaga also did well at that battle.
Yeah, but you know, he also like,
The night before, he forced the Tokugawa to switch flanks with him so he'd go kill the Azai.
Yeah, once he found out which flank Azai was on, he demanded Tokugawa. He's like, hey, we're switching. And he's like, my lord, you're the bigger force. Did I fucking ask for an opinion, you Tanuki bastard?
He looked at him, he's like, listen. Do you know what revenge is? And he's like, well, I can understand the... He's like, no. You feel what revenge is. I'm gonna kill that bastard for betraying me.
Yeah, I mean, even in this battle, he bosses.
How did you manage with just one character?
Oda bosses.
You know what I think it
Tokugawa
is?
around a
It's
lot
because
in
it
this one.
only, I think, clears with your primary, and your secondary doesn't count.
No,
Because on the last battle, it did the same thing.
Or, wait, didn't we play... How many did we play when we first did this by ourselves?
I think we did a couple. I mean, when we're off camera, we can check the other ones, but...
I guess...
I was running with Tokugawa.
Should I check the shop, or...
You can if you want to.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna rock Tanakatsu and probably Naotora, because I haven't seen either of you actually, I think, use either of them.
Yeah. Well, I didn't use Naotora.
I used Tanakatsu, but
I enjoy
Naotora
her,
is
but...
For you guys that don't know, Naotora is gonna be the final DLC character in Dead or Alive Last Round. Don't know how that's gonna work.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Interesting. Oh, I saw they had an article talking about Tecmo Koei's rebranding everything.
Yeah,
so
I
now
wanted
there's
to tell you about that, but I didn't know how to word that properly in a text message.
yeah, they're breaking up their companies now into 5 ones, like 5 brands are gonna follow it, like
Yeah, they're gonna
Omegas.
focus on Omegas is all Warriors are related, as it should be.
Tecmo, I think, is Ninja Gaiden. And...
That's Team Ninja.
Oh yeah, Team Ninja.
Team Ninja's Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive, Nihon. Gust is their...
I can always look it up too, because I think they...
Oh, dude, today was a good day for announcements for me. Smite, that MOBA I've always wanted to play, has got a closed beta for the PlayStation 4, which means it's coming to the PlayStation 4 in the near future. Also, I don't know how many of you are, but I love a little game called Super Robot Wars, and the last ones we got were the GBA games all the way back when I was in high school, and when me and Mike were in high school. I think it was like 06 was the first one, and then 08 was the second one. They were both GBA games. They were done by the guys who did Project Crosszone, I believe, if it's something like that. I know the company's name, I just don't know if they did Project Crosszone. But if it is, it's got the same vibe. But they're owned by Bandai, and those were the last 2 games that ever come out in the series because, in Japan, Super Robot is usually, a conglomerate of all these super mechs, in one, which is licensing hell over here in the West because,
Oh yeah.
But originals are their own designs, They made them so they can technically do what they want with them. But this is the first time that Bandai is going to bring, it's not coming over to the West in an official release, but they're releasing an English version in the Asia market. So that is essentially the closest we will ever probably get to it, because it will be on the PlayStation 4, which I'm cool with. And I'm probably going to import it from PlayAsia, because they actually had it up on the site with, saying like pre-order soon. So I'm happy about that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we'll do a let's play of that. Those are long, but I love them.
Are they? I don't think I've ever played any of them.
One day when you and me hang out, I'll show you. They're usually fun. They're fun, but
Long?
yeah.
Hard to get into.
Yeah, I can. Picture Fire Emblem, but even more ridiculous, like, over-the-top animations. Like, I'm talking some of the animations can take upwards to, like, 3 minutes to fully complete. But it is awesome as hell to watch. If you're an anime nerd, or if you're just a mecha nerd like me, because I love Gundams and I love almost all giant robots.
That reminds me of, what was that other game we were just playing the other day? Arslan? It had a really long animation?
Yeah, but that's because, you know, that was doing the whole first season.
I guess that makes sense.
And it's kind of hard to do a series that's, you know, not very Warriors-esque. Because they don't really... They focus on the battles, but the battles are never usually, like, you know, Dynasty Warrior-esques.
Well, yeah, it was a hack-and-slash game, but,
Yeah.
The objectives were
get in
different.
depth.
It was structured a little differently. I mean, it was a great-looking game. It made me want to watch the show, is what it did.
I highly recommend anyone to watch it. You can watch the English dub, which is done by Funimation. But I would tell you guys to watch the Japanese because I don't know where the English is. The last time I watched the English, I think they were like, and this was probably like, this was at the end of last year, so they might have actually caught up and finished the season. But
design.
But it's really good. It's got a good premise. And season 2 is going to start up this year sometime.
That's cool. I noticed a lot of shows when I was watching stuff online.
Ooh.
Did season 1 and they're waiting for more money to start season 2.
What is it? You can try DualShocks. Oh, crud! I completely forgot.
Well, I seen they had I seen some other stuff that was kind of interesting.
Well, I forgot that, you know, I didn't have a thing. Because in 2, before 2, you know, the hub is a lot smaller. Like, your life bar doesn't get this huge at max. Alright, Ouija. JoJo starts up in April sometime. They've got their voice cast, which I'm actually surprised.
There we go. That's not good.
None of the guys from the games that recently had JoJo are actually in the anime. They've got
Got a whole new cast?
The only guy that's come back so far is the guy who's done Jotaro's voice actor, who I really like. And I hope they bring back old Joseph's voice actor too. But I'm looking real forward to that. You know, guys, hit up, comment, like, man. You know, tell me what animes you're looking forward to, if any, this, you know, coming spring.
Yeah, the article says they're going to break it up into the 5 groups. One is Shibusawa Ko, which is going to do Nobunaga's Ambition, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I guess they're more RTS styles and
I guess I haven't
PC stuff.
I haven't touched a Romance of the Three Kingdoms game in forever.
Mega Force will be handling all their Warrior series in Tokyo, and Team Ninja will be handling Gaiden and Dead or Alive and Repel. Dust is going to get their Atelier, C, Noshura, Knight of the Azure, and the Light.
I'm getting that game too, Azure.
Now, did they say why they did this? Is this just to get games out faster, or?
Yeah, they said Tecmo Koei is doing it to reorganize their IPs into multiple brands.
Does the Ninja guy show up here, or does he show up here?
I think he shows up there.
I think he does. Well, I'll find out if a little objective thing pops up.
And it will, I'm sure it will.
No.
Oh.
Alright. Well, I just don't know where to send her now. Because I can't send her into a really dark red area.
Put her on her horse and keep her in the middle, I guess.
Well, no, I like using her. It's just, you know, what I need her to do. She's mostly around, like, really dark red areas. And she's not a high enough level on a weapon that will let me survive.
Well, you're on normal.
True. But,
Oh,
you
like,
know, normal can still kill you that way.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
only, like, level 19.
Yeah.
Well, I use her as much as I can. It's one of those, like, I try to use as many characters as possible.
I like that, but then eventually...
I do too, just because, like, there are special things that'll pop up during the battle that only certain characters can do. They'll give you special rewards after the battle if you do them right. But so many times was it up?
No, it's another one.
So many times I miss those because I'm not using the right character. I want to find those, get more of the story, get some special rewards.
No, I don't think she doesn't have an XP score on her mission.
I don't know. You can scroll through her items, but
I think left it on there before.
I gave it to the main.
Yeah.
So
and it's gone.
Oh no, I gave it to the main. So Tadakatsu would have it.
The one guy that doesn't need it.
Yep.
Oh well.
So still level up from playing.
Oh, did you ever see that thing I sent you? About the Gus guys talking about what they would like to work on next? Like what franchise?
I didn't, but I gotta check it.
I don't know if it's still there. That was like maybe last month or something. But they had like games of like, what would you like to see us work on if we could? And they had like One Punch Man as a game.
One Piece.
And
that sounds interesting. John is sort of the king of that among our friends, though. He finds cool things online and sends us links, which we usually look at, but sometimes we forget.
I try to, but sometimes we don't.
Oh yeah, but it becomes very much like the, what was it, Harvey Birdman?
Yeah.
He is just the king of that, going up to people like, did you get the thing I sent you?
I am the hippo.
Yep.
Oh, Stephen J. Bloom was in that too.
Peter Potamus, if I remember. I think that was the original name of the character.
Oh.
I don't know if they kept his name in
I don't know.
Harvey Birdman.
I just know that Stephen J. Bloom voiced the duck in the one episode.
Sounds like fun. Ducks are fun.
Ducks are evil bastards.
So they went to a bunch of the, whatchamacallit, the animes.
Yeah, they would say like,
said One Piece, they
or
went to
One
Hunter
Punch Man.
Cross Hunter and One Punch Man.
I was like, they
Naruto.
asked their friends to vote, and I was like, hell yeah. I want a One Punch Man game. The only problem is, Saitama would be the most ridiculous character.
I feel like Saitama wouldn't be playable, which would be ridiculous.
But it would
It
actually...
would be equally ridiculous if
But it would
Saitama
make
was
sense.
a playable character.
Because that's the only way you could do like any type of game is if he's not playable.
Or they made it so that there was like a system in place so that, you don't one punch them immediately, because in the show he doesn't one punch them automatically. Sometimes he sits there and listens to them talk, and
That would make an interesting thing if you had to dodge their attacks a certain number of times, or if you just had to wait for a certain attack and then you could one punch them.
Sorry, that wasn't anything, you guys. It's my phone is blowing up right now in my pocket, and I'm really not enjoying it.
Like actually blowing up? Like
No,
you should
like-
be worried, or?
I mean, you could
No.
pause and take the phone out of your pocket if you want.
No, it's good. If it was something urgent, it'd be ringing. That's how I know things go up by urgency. If it's a text message, then, okay. If you have the time to text it, then,
I actually used to do the opposite.
Really?
Well, what I used to do was, I would get cool ringtones, but I would want to listen to the whole thing. So I would set the long ringtone for the text messages so that I could hear the long ringtone without keeping somebody waiting on the other end of the line. Then I'd have either a different long ringtone or a short ringtone for when I actually got a phone call.
Makes sense.
I don't know, I just texting.
But that was only because I was new to cell phones and buying a whole bunch of ringtones I didn't need but sort of wanted. It also didn't help that I didn't have an iPod yet, so I was like, wow, I could just get these songs as ringtones.
But
I mean,
a
I can
lot of throwaway cash, apparently.
Yeah, I told you he's rich.
I did back then. But then I did that, and now I'm still working on it.
I bet you don't even remember what old cell phones look like.
Oh, I had the flip phone. It was,
No, No. No, you don't get to talk to me then.
I got a cell phone in...
I had a cell phone.
What year was it? It was finished.
Remember back in the day when razors were the phone of choice?
Yeah.
You were only cool if you had a razor.
Remember sidekicks?
I do.
It would have been like it was either 2007 or 2008 that I got a cell phone.
What was that annoying phone that had the walkie-talkie feature?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And
I
it,
can't remember its
and it was
name.
like fucking yellow and... Comment if you remember it.
I can't remember. I don't.
My house phone does that, where they function as
I
walkie-talkies.
just remember sidekicks.
I remember...
And, are sidekicks the ones I'm thinking of? They're the
ones that they had like the flip screen up and you
yeah,
could text.
and it was like really huge. It was a huge ass phone.
And
Yeah,
you could,
I remember that was the thing for a while. And Bob, my very first cell phone was one of those, you know, cell phones you could probably get now for like $2 at Best Buy or whatever, just so you know it's a phone. Like you know, one of those cheap.
One of those ladybug phones
the,
that you can only program 3 numbers into?
A little more than that, but Mike knows what I'm talking about.
Like the pay per minute phone.
Exactly. That was mine. That was an average payphone, Bob, back in the day.
I had the one that you had to slide up.
Oh yeah, I had one of those.
That's still new.
Mine would either slide up or slide sideways.
The very first
so
cell
I could
phone,
use the full keypad.
The very first cell phone I got was a phone that you probably think came from like, you know, the late 90s, which I did. You know, it was a small brick phone. That was my very first cell phone.
Mine would flip, but
my
you still had to
my screen looked like an original GameCube screen. That's how. So Bob,
the old fucking Nokia.
Exactly. So Bob, you don't.
The GameCube was awesome.
No, not GameCube. I mean a Game Boy. Yeah, I said Game Boy.
I thought you said GameCube.
No, I said Game Boy.
We'll play it back.
Yeah, I mean...
The original Game Boy. You know the ones, guys.
Future Mike, play this back, see if he's right.
Future Mike, I'm gonna plant a tree for you.
Oh, that's great. He planted a tree.
Now look at your arm. It's missing! Ha ha!
Well, I'll get you back. I'm gonna cut off my other arm.
And the best part is, I'm not past Mike. I'm past John. Win-win, Future John!
Did
Am
you
I
see...
supposed to be going somewhere? Oh, I'm supposed to be defeating her. Sorry, I just forgot that I was playing her. Alright. Wow, I'm technically about to... There we go. Now you two can,
die together as husband and wife.
Yeah, pretty much. Burl. Oh, hey, Naotor, what you doing?
Gonna do a teamwork attack? No, we can't. Level's over. Maybe next time. I'll call you.
But I got the weapon. Look at that. Look at that girl. Look at it. Touch it. Look at 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 it.
Talking about ladies licking things. Did you see that Dead or Alive, they had another thing update? They're talking about the casino and all the games.
The bad thing is, for a split second, I was like, how does this relate to Dead or Alive? Oh, yeah. You guys.
Won't you give me your...
Listen, I will put this out here right now. I wish Naotora was a DLC character for that game.
I wish Nene or No was.
Yeah, that would have been my waifu.
Also, don't give me that look like you're some kind of, you know, Puritan Christian person that's like, oh, you're into
I'm from Massachusetts.
No, forget that state.
Why? What did Massachusetts do to you?
Yeah.
Nothing. What did it ever do? Nothing.
It did do stuff. It created Puritans. It's got Boston.
I have nothing personally against Massachusetts, but in my mind, it just blends into a lot of the states where
everything against it.
Nobody ever talks about, because there are 50 states. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of them that nobody really talks about because not much goes on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we don't talk about Boston.
You know, the one that I really hate is Wyoming, because
out of nowhere.
Here's why. You've got a W, and then it's... Your name is Yoming. You don't have the H in there, okay? Don't give me that crap. It's Yoming.
I like Mississippi. Never been. I just like how it's spelled. Mississippi.
There you go.
Or as they pronounce it there, my ass is happy. I did not know that asses had a feeling.
John, You were born in Mississippi.
I
No wonder
always-
I love Mardi Gras.
I always
Yeah, John?
get this wrong.
Is that where Mardi Gras is? Not Louisiana? Nolans? No? We have it in Mississippi.
No one goes to Nolans.
Look, the only thing we know from Mississippi is desegregation, which they did not want, and other crap.
I kind of want to go to New Orleans, if only because I hear the food is great.
What? Cajun food. Cajun food's good for you.
Popeyes.
I get a little bit of that, but you know, it's a toned down thing you get at a chain restaurant, so it's probably not like what I would get there.
Yeah, you could
What I would get there would probably wreck my tongue.
Yeah, and the toilet.
That's what she
Alrighty,
said.
now that that's over. Well, next time we're doing the Battle of Metikahara, so you guys have a great day. If you want to be a true hero of the three gamers.
Mikata Gahara.
You could
If you
strangle
wanna be a-
Bob for us.
Oh,
and-
that was good.
So,
That's
yeah.
what the game said.
Don't correct my grammar on television.
I'm not correcting his grammar. I'm correcting his spelling. Spelling is the
You're
use
both
of
wrong. We're both
grammar.
wrong. It would have been his pronunciation, you dumbass.
Alrighty then. Just like, comment, or subscribe. We would really appreciate it. You have a great day.
Can we take like an English class between episodes? I'm up
No.
for it.
Unless you're paying for it, I'm not spending one.
No, not a real course. We just read the book.
But, you know, here's the other problem. It's a Japanese class, not an English class.
Oh yeah, we gotta buy 2 books.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, domo.
See you next time.